Hey, host team leaders. Hope you guys are having a great week. I figured it would be easier for me to tell you about a few of these things rather than type them all out into a big long email. So I'm going to quickly just run through a few other things for you to know going into this weekend. First of all, just a heads up that next weekend we will start the follow-up process that we spoke about at our dinner a few weeks ago. So this is the really simple thing. You'll see a picture here of it where any new volunteer is getting essentially 3 weeks of follow-up to help assimilate them onto the team. So the first week, you'll see they're getting a call or a text from their role leader, or if there's not a role leader in that position at the time, then the coach. The second week, from the same person, they'll be getting a handwritten card. And the third week, they'll be getting a call or text from myself. Now, all the details of this, your Trello board that will have their contact information on there, where to find the cards, who does what, all these things, we will make sure we line all of it out next week in this Thursday email. I'll do another video just explaining things and make sure we're all on the same page. So don't worry about that, but just know that it starts next weekend. Now, also starting next weekend is when you guys are going to go down to just leading one service as opposed to two or more. And again, just the heart behind that is really for your spiritual health. You know, I was actually just listening to a great Andy Stanley podcast this morning. I think at some point we'll go through it together. And he talked about doing what only you can do. And something he said really, really hit me hard. He said, I finally got to the place in my leadership where I realized that my worth was found in bringing my gifts that God has given me, not found in how many hours I worked. So in the same vein, you are called to lead and you have been given great gifts to lead, but we are going to hone in on you leading and pastoring just a smaller group of people so that those people can be more needed, more known, and so that you can be more spiritually, mentally, and really just time healthy as opposed to spreading ourselves really thin. And so that's going to start next week. And on Monday, I will send you guys just an update of who I've heard from and which service you guys have said you are taking on, just so that we're all on the same page. You may notice on that yes, there are some gaps. Yes, that means because we're all consolidating that there are some things that are not filled yet. First thing to remember is that coming up pretty soon, our Sunday night service, our 6 o'clock, is going away. And so some of those people will be filling those gaps as they assimilate onto the Sunday morning and Saturday evening services. The other thing to remember is gaps are okay. We're not going to get all of them filled overnight. It presents an opportunity for someone new to step into leadership, and so we're trusting that God will send the right people at the right time. So no fear. And then also, just so you know, as far as this cutting back on how much we serve, I'm going to be casting that vision really clearly for everyone at our Weekend Warrior Night this coming Tuesday. And just so that you know and we're all on the same page, this is not a hard line in the sand about you're not welcome here, you can't come more than once. It's not that at all. Again, the heart is that first and foremost, you're attending church, that you are taking time to develop your relationship with God. And then if you're serving on top of that, that you're serving an amount that is healthy for you and your family, that is allowing you to really dig into community with the people that you're serving with and to get to know the people that you are serving, the people who are coming in, our guests. And so I know many of you have even had a conversation with me, and we've worked out something to make sure that we're all on the same page, and that is great. And so anyone on your team that if you hear is kind of leery about this or has questions, please feel free to just point them in my direction. I would love to have a conversation with them so that we can come to an agreement together like many of you have had with me. So thank you for that. And again, a lot of that will happen at our Weekend Warrior Night on Tuesday. Final thing for this video is Weekend Warrior Night. What should you expect? Know that my expectation is not that you serve at all that night, but instead just enjoy, have fun, take it all in. So we're having dinner, we'll be having worship, we will be having fun, we'll be joining together with the Life Kids team for some of this. We will have some time that's just for host team while Life Kids does some things just for them. And during that time, we will talk about the things like serving one or serving less services for our health. We'll also talk about things like after huddle and just kind of work out some of these logistics that we've been talking about as a leadership team and make sure that we're all on the same page to go ahead and implement some of those things as a team as a whole. And then there'll be some other things that we talk through, just some clear expectations for roles and things of this nature. Just know that we're going to talk about a lot of stuff that night. It's going to be a great thing for our team, but let's make sure that we don't have the expectation that everything happens perfectly that next weekend. I know for me, sometimes that's what I want, what I desire, but the truth is, this is a process that together as a leadership team, we are leading our team through this process. And so let's give grace, let's have patience, let's have fun while we do this together, while we continue to create a comfortable environment so that people will be open to hearing the truth of God's word. Thank you guys for what you do. I'll see you soon.